On today's how-to adventure, I'm going to show you how to lube your motorcycle chain. And I'm going to share with you my top 3 tips on cleaning a dirty chain that will save you money. And if you like this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. I want to start this video off by going over why we need to lube a chain briefly. I'm not going to go too in depth on that. Just briefly touch over the main 3 reasons why you need to lube your chain. And I want to go over the things you're going to need to do the job. So let's get started. So very briefly, there's 3 reasons that I know of to lube a chain. And number 1, corrosion resistance. That's, everybody says it, corrosion resistance. Basically, you're going to keep the chain from rusting. I have a brand new piece of X-ring chain here that is from a chain project I did. And you can see that the O-rings allow it to hold its shape. And so if this was an O-ring chain and it didn't do that, then the O-rings have degraded and you would need a new chain. So basically what the O-rings in the chain do is it holds the factory lube in where these pins would. A pin would go through there that would be lube from the factory, and the O-rings hold that lube in. So actually lubing a chain actually protects that factory lube that are on these pins. So lubing a chain actually conditions the O-rings, keeps them moist, or X-rings, keeps them moist, keeps road grime away from it. So that's how lubing a chain protects the factory lube. Also, lubing the chain reduces the friction on the roller. Right there. There's a roller right here that spins, that goes around on the sprocket. So when you lube your chain with whatever chain lube you're using, it lubes that roller up and allows it to roll a lot freer. So that's why you lube a chain. So real quick, I want to go over what you're going to need to lube your chain. You're going to need some nitrile gloves, disposable gloves, and some shop towels, some shop rags. You're going to need your favorite chain lube. This video is not about chain lube. There are other great videos covering it. I use this chain saver, and I've used many others. You're going to need a way to clean your chain with some cleaner and a chain brush. You're going to need some cardboard. You're also going to need to get your rear wheel off the ground so you can do these things. You're going to need to be able to clean the chain and spin that chain around. So if you have a center stand, or if you have a rear wheel stand, or if you have a whole lift stand like this, that's what you're going to need. So when we get right back, I'll get the bike up off the ground and I will demo how to lube a chain. Be right back. Oh, and if you stick around toward the end of the video, I'll share with you my top 3 tips on cleaning a dirty chain. All right, be right back. So before we go over to the bike and actually lube the chain, I wanted just to demo it real quick. So it's a lot easier to see right here. So I've got my chain lube with my straw. And so on my little example chain is you want to lube it down one edge right here. And then you spin the tire and go all the way around, lubing one edge. And then you switch over and you go 1 revolution on the other edge. And that's it. We'll be right back. We'll go ahead and do the real thing. Okay, we're back. We've got everything set up. Got the rear wheel off the ground. I've got my cardboard set up so I don't make a mess everywhere. So let me show you what I got. So this is what we have. Got my stand. I've got some cardboard right here so I don't make a mess and get chain lube on my rear rim and tire. What I like to do is so I know I've went around a full revolution, I always start on my master clip. So what I'll do is I'll spin the wheel. And I'll lube the inside one first. And then once I get back to my master clip, I'll start at the master clip and do the outside, spray the outside area. And that's it. So let me go ahead and demo this. I'll set you guys, I think, right about there. You should be able to see everything. Let's get some light right there. So I hold it right like that. I grab the rear wheel. And I just start spraying. And now you see why you have the cardboard. I have to stop, make sure the cardboard's in place. And okay, I'm back to my master clip. And now I'm going to go 1 revolution on the outside edge. And that's it. 1 revolution on the inside edge and 1 revolution on the outside edge. And this is how you oil from this surface right here. And that's it. That's how you lube your chain. Let's talk chain cleaning, which we didn't do a minute ago when I showed you how to lube your chain. But the reason why is my chain was already clean. So we're going to interject that part in right now. And if you stick around, I'll share with you my 3 tips on how to clean your dirty chain. So why clean your chain? So basically, the road grime mixes in with the chain lube and forms a really nice abrasive paste, which wreaks havoc on your O-rings and your X-rings, breaking them down. It also wreaks havoc on the metal parts of the chain, like the rollers and the side plates. So we want to remove that if possible. Now, I know you should do it every time you lube, but if you're like out on a ride, like a BDR or something, that's not always possible. But you should always try to clean your chain first. So okay, how to clean a chain. So if you stuck around this far, I'm gonna share with you in just a minute my 3 tips on cleaning a dirty chain. But let's talk about how to clean a chain first. You're gonna need 2 things. You're gonna need a brush to scrub the chain, and you're gonna need some kind of chain cleaner degreaser. So I use these brushes. You can get them anywhere. You can get them on Amazon. They're very cheap. There's also the 360 bristle brush. Those 2, that works just as well as this brush here. So you're also going to need a product like this. This is Muck Off Chain Cleaner, and it works really well. This, I believe, almost cost me $20, and I've used it twice, and there's about a quarter of the bottle left. So that brings me to my 3 tips. Now, there's 3 items that you probably have around your house that will clean your chain just as well or even better than the $20 degreaser cleaners that you can buy online. So I've got them laid out over here. I'm going to start with the most impressive one, WD-40. Good old WD-40. Now, not any of the new. This is the WD-40 that's been around forever. It acts like a solvent. So if you have a really greasy, nasty, black, dirty chain, man, this stuff you sprayed on the chain, you can use a brush or a rag. This stuff acts like a solvent. It breaks it down and cleans all that black gunk off your chain amazingly fast, amazingly well. So if you have a real dirty chain and you don't want to spend, and you have WD-40 in your garage, this will work just as well as the $20 degreaser cans, and you don't use as much. Okay, so that brings me to my next 2. So a lot of you have car wash soap, just washing your car. So this stuff, when you're washing your motorcycle, you've got this in a pail of water mixed with water. You use a chain brush, dip it in your water, go around your chain. Once you get it all nice and soapy, you rinse it off. It works amazingly well, believe it or not. So the 3rd tip would be, if you don't have car wash soap, a good old dish soap like Dawn right here works just as well. Same principle. You mix this with some water, you dip your brush in it, you scrub your chain with your brush, you rinse your chain off with a water hose, and you'll have a clean chain. So there are my 3 tips. I'm gonna give you a 4th tip. So most every motorcycle manual I've ever seen when it talks about chain cleaning recommends kerosene. I personally never use kerosene, but it must work really well because every manual I've ever read mentions kerosene to clean the chain. So there's your 4th tip. I hope you like this. And if you guys know of any other ways to clean a chain, comment down below. I'd like to hear. Also, I know this video wasn't about chain lubes. I showed you I was using the DuPont Chain Saver. The reason I like that, it goes on wet, and about 30 minutes later it's dry, and it doesn't pick up a lot of road grime. That's why I like it. So also, let me know about what your favorite chain lube is. Put it down in the comments and tell me why you like it. So I hope you liked this video. If you did and you found it helpful, please leave a comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And that's all I got to say. I'll see you next time. Bye.